Odysseus was supposed to sail home after the Trojan War. The trip should have taken a few weeks. Instead, it took 10 years, killed every man who left with him, and became the longest, most avoidable commute in mythology. And the craziest part, most of it was not bad luck. It was ego. Every time Odysseus got close to home, either he made one terrible decision, or his crew made an even worse one. Troy is burning. The Greeks have won. Odysseus survived 10 years of war, invented the wooden horse, and finally points 12 ships toward Ithaca. All he has to do is go home. So, naturally, he stops to raid the city of Ismarus for absolutely no strategic reason. His men loot the city, steal food, drink on the beach, and refuse to leave. Then, the locals return with reinforcements. The Greeks barely escape. 6 men from every ship are killed. The war has been over for a few minutes, and Odysseus has already started another one. A storm blows the fleet off course to the land of the Lotus Eaters. The locals seem peaceful. They offer Odysseus' scouts a strange fruit. The men eat it, and completely forget about home. No wives, no families, no mission. They just sit there smiling like, actually, I live here now. Odysseus has to drag them back to the ships and tie them down while they beg to stay. That is the first real warning of the journey. Getting home will not just mean surviving monsters, it will mean remembering why home matters. Next, Odysseus discovers a cave filled with giant food, giant furniture, and giant sheep. A normal person would leave. Odysseus decides to wait for the owner. The owner is Polyphemus, a Cyclops, who seals the cave with a massive boulder and immediately eats 2 of Odysseus' men. Odysseus gets him drunk, tells him his name is Nobody, and drives a sharpened wooden stake into his eye. When the other Cyclops hear Polyphemus screaming, they ask who attacked him. Polyphemus yells, "Nobody!" So no one comes to help. Odysseus then escapes by hiding his men beneath the Cyclops' sheep. It is brilliant, and then he ruins everything. Once the ship is safely away, Odysseus turns around and shouts his real name. Not because he has to, because he wants credit. Tell everyone Odysseus of Ithaca blinded you. Unfortunately, Polyphemus is the son of Poseidon, the god of the sea. Odysseus has just given his name, his home address, and his travel method to the most dangerous enemy possible. Poseidon hears his son's prayer and promises to make Odysseus suffer. One moment of ego turns the entire ocean against him. Later, the wind god Helios gives Odysseus a bag containing every dangerous wind. As long as the bag stays closed, a gentle breeze will carry them directly home. And it works. They sail close enough to see Ithaca. They can literally see the fires burning on their island. Then Odysseus falls asleep. His crew becomes convinced that the bag contains treasure he is hiding from them. So they open it. Every trapped wind explodes out at once and throws the ships all the way back across the sea. Odysseus wakes up, realizes they were almost home, and considers jumping overboard. Honestly, fair. From there, the journey becomes much darker. The Laestrygonians, a tribe of giant cannibals, destroy 11 of Odysseus' 12 ships. Only his ship escapes. Then, the survivors reach the island of Circe, a goddess who turns half the remaining crew into pigs. Actual pigs. With help from Hermes, Odysseus resists her magic and forces her to turn them back into humans. But instead of leaving immediately, they remain on her island for an entire year, because, apparently, even after cannibals and pig magic, this group still cannot follow a schedule. Eventually, Circe tells Odysseus that the only path home leads through the land of the dead. Odysseus travels to the edge of the world and summons the dead. There, he meets the prophet Tiresias, fallen warriors from Troy, and his own mother. Odysseus did not even know she had died. He tries to hug her 3 times. 3 times his arms pass straight through her. For once, the journey stops being funny. Odysseus is no longer just trying to reach an island. He is trying to return before everyone he loves becomes a ghost. Tiresias gives him one simple warning. Whatever happens, do not touch the sacred cattle of Helios, the sun god. That sounds easy. It will not be. On the journey back, Odysseus sails past the Sirens, whose song drives sailors to their deaths. He plugs his crew's ears with wax, but orders them to tie him to the mast so he can hear the song safely. As the Sirens sing, Odysseus screams and begs to be released. His crew cannot hear him. They just keep rowing. Then the ship passes between 2 monsters. Scylla grabs 6 men directly from the deck. Charybdis creates a whirlpool powerful enough to swallow the entire ship. Odysseus survives, but his crew is starving, exhausted, and terrified. Then they reach the island of Helios, and they see the cattle. Odysseus makes every man swear not to touch them. They swear. Then storms trap the ship on the island for an entire month. Their food runs out. Odysseus goes inland to pray and falls asleep. The moment he is gone, his crew kills the sacred cattle. They know exactly what they're doing. Their logic is basically, starving is bad, so maybe angering the sun will be less bad. It is not. As soon as they leave the island, Zeus destroys the ship with a thunderbolt. Every crew member dies. Odysseus, who left Troy with 12 ships and hundreds of men, is now completely alone. Odysseus drifts through the sea for 9 days and reaches the island of Calypso. She falls in love with him, keeps him there for 7 years, and offers him immortality. No aging, no war, no monsters, no death. But every day, Odysseus sits on the shore and stares toward a home he cannot see. He chooses a mortal life with Penelope over an endless life without her. Eventually, the gods order Calypso to release him. Poseidon destroys his raft almost immediately, because the grudge is still very much alive. But Odysseus survives one final time and reaches the Phaeacians. They listen to his story and finally carry him home while he sleeps. After 20 years away, Odysseus wakes up on Ithaca. His palace is filled with arrogant men eating his food, wasting his wealth, and pressuring Penelope to marry one of them. Disguised as a beggar, Odysseus watches them mock everything he fought to return to. Then Penelope announces a contest. Whoever can string Odysseus's bow and fire an arrow through 12 axe heads will win her hand. One by one, the men try. No one can even bend the bow. Then the beggar steps forward. He takes the bow, strings it effortlessly, and fires the arrow clean through all 12 axe heads. The room goes silent. Odysseus did not survive because he never failed. He survived despite failing constantly.